All right. So,
Back to Gamer Girl. Oh boy.
yeah, it was a much hotter topic when it was released
It died out
on
quick.
July 17th. It really died really fast. But for that day, which was Friday, I saw it. It was blowing up, and basically because of you and everyone we follow, I was seeing comments on it left and right from some more popular people we follow, just across the board. I'm not going to name names, but essentially, the link is below if you haven't already seen it. The best way I can describe it is it's a think like Night Trap, and the idea is you are a moderator on a Twitch girl's uh, stream, not her stream, but like you're a moderator for
Her
a
life.
streamer. But yeah, it becomes more like you are making decisions for her because you're not only helping her with her stream, but then she says like, "Hey, do you think I should go out to the bar tonight, or do you want to come?" So yeah, you start for whatever reason she's texting you, her new moderator, about what she's doing in life, and so you, in a theory, control her destiny to a certain degree. What I will say is, the second I clicked that thing, I first thought it was a completely fake game,
That's what
but
a
the
lot of
music in
people
the
thought.
but the music in the background, I was like, oh, this is just like a horror game. Like most full motion video games, one way or another, become a horror game. I've never played a full motion video game that what didn't have some kind of horror twist, like Her Story, Night Trap, as I said earlier, all the old PC classic ones, like
Phantasmagoria, Seventh Guest.
Phantasm.
Yep.
Yeah, like they all become horror, and that music, it was like very 80s retro music, but it had that synth sound that automatically, as soon as I heard it, I was like, all right, this is probably gonna turn horror. And then when I was watching it, it's a pretty decent long trailer. What is it, like
Minute and a half.
minute and a half? Really? That's it?
Yeah, it feels.
I thought it was
it
much
feels
longer.
longer.
Okay, so you go through this whole thing, like you see her like doing her stream, and like I said, you're answering her questions, and by the end it's very clear it can become a horror game. So when I saw that, I said, okay, this is just a weird, like, it was very not, it was shot with like a camera, the same kind of camera I'm actually using right now. Like it looked like a DSLR. It didn't look like super high quality. I was like, oh, it's a small team that put together this game where you just have options to play out whatever the hell they recorded. I didn't think really much more than that. I was like, it's kind of a weird game. I'm not going to play it. The first thing I thought about is, oh dear God, the amount of people that are going to have reaction videos to this game or live streams and make money off of doing this game. And like, can you believe I made her do this? Like, that's where my mind went. And then I started reading the comments, and oh boy, 98% of the initial comments were all, there obviously was not a single woman in the room when this game was made, or this is the most toxic, what's the word, like simp based game where guys can live out their fantasy, da 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 da.
Right. How many times did you say that ain't it? That ain't it, Chief? How many times did you see that? How many hundreds of times did you see that?
No, I saw more like read the room and da, 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 I can't believe something like this. The words toxic and this and that are being thrown around, and this is complete garbage. But more than anything, I just kept seeing, like, yeah, there was not a single woman involved with making this game. But then what was interesting is I was like, let me read some of these comments. And some people that were rebuking a lot of these comments like posted actual articles, and what it turned out was this game was actually built. It was co-written by the actress who's playing the main gamer girl, and she actually had many conversations with female streamers who had creepy moderators, and it obviously never got to the level as what this game suggests. But they said, oh, this is a really creepy premise. This is my story. This is like whatever. So in theory, it was very much involved by women who stream and women who whatever, and it's a horror game at the end of the day. It's not meant to be an actual simulator for you to control this woman. There is supposed to be a narrative that drives to a horror plot. why people are upset that it's a horror game, I think nobody even got to the end of the thing. I think they probably saw the first 20 minutes and how ridiculous it was and what you could do, and everyone's like, oh my god, now these pathetic dudes that just want to try to control women now have an outlet for it. And I'm like, yeah, there may be some of that, but at the end of the day, I just look at it, it's like, it's just a weird, low-budget horror game that's probably not going to be that great, to be honest. So, what bothered me more than the initial outrage of people thinking it was that was what I always call the fake outrage of everyone wanting to show that they're on the right side of whatever fucking team.
The right side of history.
And they're like, oh, I'm so against this. And it was mostly dudes. And like I said, a lot of people, I'm not going to name, you and I know who I'm talking about. I just couldn't believe, like, that's what always bothers me. I'm like, you clearly didn't really watch it all. You're not reading anything about the actual game, but you just need to make your statement so you let everyone know where you stand. It's like, if you need to make those statements, I feel like usually you're someone who's hiding shit. Like, if I need to stand up and say, I'm not this, that's the first motherfucker you look at to say, you probably are like this. So these people doing that, it's a bad look right off the bat. Stop doing that shit. But also, how many goddamn streamers that commented on that will do exactly what I said, which is when it does come out, I'm assuming it's still going to come out, we'll turn around and make videos on it and make a bunch of money to it. And they were so shocked and whatever by it, but they'll make their stupid ass reactions and they'll make their playthroughs and they'll make a ton of bank on it. It's like, it's really hypocritical. And why can't we just call it what it is? It's a goofy, silly indie game that's not going to be that well done. That'll have a weird horror twist. It has weird quirks to it that if you really want to read into the way everyone is, sure, it's pretty fucked up, but we've seen way worse things being made from other game developers that are a hell of a lot more problematic than this game. So I just, the absolute amount of outrage that Friday, I couldn't believe. And it's one of the problems I have is I go down that rabbit hole if I start reading people's comments and I just can't stop. So I'm going to shut the fuck up and drink my beer.
Okay. So, when I start, here's the thing. Does this game look good? No. It looks like a bad game. It doesn't look great. Here's what I call it after seeing a couple days. I'm the internet guy. This is just fucking Night Trap of our generation. This is Night Trap for Zoomers. And instead of a bunch of old senators being pissed off, it's a bunch of, streamers being pissed off because it's the thing that affects them. But I'm not going to take that away from them because as a unsuccessful male YouTuber, I don't know the plight of the successful female YouTuber out there who has to deal with the simps and who has to deal with the creepy mods, and especially in today's environment where right now we're in the middle of Twitch being torched for all of the problems that go on during gaming conventions and Twitch conventions of all the sexual harassment and the very public stalker problem that a very high-profile streamer like Sweet Anita is going through right now. So I think this is a combination of a terrible trailer with terrible timing. So it just turned into this big shitstorm out of nowhere. So, from Wales Interactive, I forget if they're the actual I think they're the publisher of it. I think because Wales is known for publishing some good and making some good FMV games. They didn't make this game; they just published it. So, from their exact statement, Gamer Girls about the impact user comments and actions have on streamers' mental health and well-being. The reason why FMV Future made it. Created the game was to raise the issue of the toxic environment which can often appear behind the anonymity of a username. Without giving away too much, Gamer Girl is an empowering story of a female streamer who, with the help of her moderator friend, battles the trolls and overcomes the toxic characters in her stream. Gamer Girl was co-written by Alexandra Burton, the lead actress who improvised the entire script. The research into the streaming content of Gamer Girl took 4 years, and the dev team at FMV Future interviewed dozens of female streamers, most of whom had experienced abuse of various kinds online. Some have even shared their experiences during interviews within the game. Players start the game as one of Abby's friends who she trusts, and it is their job to make her channel a success, but also to guide the stream to keep Abby in a positive frame of mind. online abuse is real and still happening every day, Gamer Girl seeks to raise awareness of this issue. So, obviously, to your point, most of the people who reacted immediately reacted to the trailer, and it's a really bad trailer if this is the message that you're trying to get across. Like, I can see how every female streamer in the world immediately went, no, wrong. Like, they're all complaining about how you're, like, gamifying a personal experience that people have and stuff like that, which, I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but it's kind of a thing that people have been doing for years. I guess it's because I don't think there would be this much vitriol if it was written by a female streamer who actually went through it. Like, no one complains about Depression Quest because Zoe Quinn, the girl's depressed, or any story that has a really personal tone that was written by the person who experienced it. This was written by a team who went out and talked to people who experienced it. So,
but it was co-written by the actress.
Right, it was co-written by the actress who, and it's also like it's improvised. Like there wasn't really a straight up script to it. So,
well, one other thing. Sorry to interrupt,
no,
but
fine.
The other thing, and this goes back to you and I've talked about this many times. When I play video games, I'm playing through Skyrim right now, and I'm trying to be an evil character, and I still feel bad about stealing money from shit. I didn't look at it like you could automatically go to this negative place. Like maybe there's a weird ending where you're just happy and you help her stream and you're a good mod and that's it. Like I feel like the decision is yours. Obviously, the trailer is very geared towards negative.
Right.
But while you were just talking, one of the things their statement released almost makes it sound like, are you there to almost try to help her and she is being stalked by someone else? Like, why is it guaranteed that you
Here's
are
the thing,
the stalker?
you don't know. Like
that's my point. Like you just said that, and I'm like, oh shit, maybe the person itself isn't the stalker. So we don't know.
Because there's an implied like abusive relationship with the boyfriend too, that kind of thing. Because during the stream, it's like, you know, the guy's going like, oh, what are you streaming again? Like shit like that. So maybe it's the boyfriend, or maybe it's a very branching path kind of story, apparently, from what they say. So maybe let's get one thing out of the way right now. This is something that, for the most part, I'm not saying about the creepy stalkerness of it, but the side where a Twitch streamer has that close of a personal relationship with one of their fucking moderators, that does not happen. No,
Jim, one other thing we're all assuming. What if the moderator is female?
That's a thing too.
They don't actually say that it's a male, but everyone.
What if that's a twist?
Some man wants it. Well, and here's the deal. We are fucking brand spanking new to Twitch.
Oh yeah.
Is it common for people to have moderators that aren't people they already know?
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah, no. Basically, moderators turn into super fans or the super simps, like the ones who want to have that closer relationship to their favorite streamer. But you know, the streamer's like, oh, okay, if you want to help out with my chat, go ahead. Or you know, some are employees, some they pay them to moderate it and make sure that they're not, you know, dropping N-bombs and shit like that, which obviously you need. So
no, but that's my question. Like a moderator, I looked at like somebody like a situation like me and you. If I'm streaming, you run the site with me. You're moderating because you have a vested interest in the site. So you're saying straight up, just like a fan for no fee or no whatever would just be like, yeah, I'll be your moderator and I'll manage part of your career for you.
Oh yeah, I mean they're managing the chat. They're not managing. See, a weird part of this game too is like, moderate the chat to help them grow in their subscribers and likes and shit like that. It's like, motherfucker, that is not what a moderator does. Moderators have no control over that shit. Like, in a lot of ways, like, the game is very off base in a lot of ways to, like, what really happens with, like, streamers and Twitch and whatever platform you have. Like, it's assuming a very personal role, which I'm like, once again, I'm probably speaking out my ass, but I'm going to say, like, I'll say a good 95% of the time, most high-level Twitch streamers and streamers in general do not give a personal fuck about their moderators. They're either employees or super fans who are doing it just to help them. So right off the bat, it's like, all right, this is something that'll probably never happen. Now, the creepy side of it and the over-obsessive side, look, we're both dads of girls. I hope to God my daughter wants to be, like, an actuary scientist and doesn't want to be a fucking, like, TikToker or a Twitch streamer or want to be involved in the internet in like any goddamn way. Like, please don't put yourself through that. But like, it's the thing where like Like it's
No,
not.
well,
It's not. No, I'm just gonna say it's
before-
not easy for girls. It's not easy for women on. It's way harder for them online than it
But
is for men.
forget that. Like, I just, like you said, we do have girls. I don't care what they become. Be smart enough that, like, in that trailer, it suggests that she's convinced by his moderator to go to a creepy boat by herself. Don't be stupid enough to do that. I don't care who you are. Don't be that person.
And then that's part of the argument where it's like, oh, so they're just assuming that like Twitch moderators are this dumb, and that's where it becomes like, yeah, well, that's where this is a bad game. Like,
And that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be. I feel like you made it the fucking nail on the head. It's Night Trap. It's gonna be overacted, goofy. Like people were bitching about, like they were playing, what was it, Mario Kart 8 or like.
no, they were playing like a knockoff like Garfield Kart, like shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and like they're like kind of goofy about it. It's like, yes, everything about this is going to be overacted.
It's an
terribly
FMV
done.
game.
Yeah, like people. It's funny. You said that this is a terrible trailer released at a terrible time. I actually take it as they probably thought they struck gold because they know all this shit's going on in the news with Twitch streamers, and it's bad publicity, but it gets people talking about a game that if this shit was not going on,
Oh, yeah.
nobody would ever know about this game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ever.
Yeah, I mean, like it got pulled. The trailer, not the game, but the trailer got pulled off of the PlayStation Store. And here's the thing that you see in a lot of these comments sections, and I'm sure you've seen it, and you already touched on it. A lot of people going, "Man, this game is disgusting and it's problematic, but boy, can I not wait to watch my favorite streamer play it." It's like, what?
Exactly.
What?
That's my point.
No, that's not how this works.
Like I want to hold everyone to task that every major streamer, every major YouTuber. That
If you bitched about it, do not fucking
Yeah.
play this.
Do not get this game. Do not get your free review copy. Do not go out and make a video that's going to get millions of views that you turn around and make money. And if you do, then you better fucking turn around and support every Twitch streamer that has had a legit issue with the stock. Like, put your money where your mouth is. Don't be that fucking hypocritical. If you want to stand for something, fucking stand for it. But don't be a little bitch and sit there and talk about how terrible this is and this is toxic, and then release content where you make money off it. That's the shit that really that got to me, where I'm like, I know half these people that are bitching about it that are more popular are for sure going to play it. And their start of every one of their videos is going to be like, I can't believe I'm about to play this game. It's so crazy, but all right, here we go. Let's do this. And it's just going to be ridiculous.
And it's like anything else on the internet. The only saving grace, at least, is this is, like we said when we started this topic, it died down instantly. So, like, we're recording this on Monday the 20th, and no one's talking about today anymore. So, like, it's kind of thing where everyone was outraged for a day, and then they went, we don't really care anymore. Yeah. So it'll probably kick up again once the game actually releases. I forget what the release date is. I don't really care enough. But, like, it's coming out on, like, fucking everything, including the Switch. So, I mean, hey, I have my bare titty shmup on the Switch, so the Switch will just publish fucking anything.
Here's the deal. Now I because I wasn't bitching about the game, I want to play just for the sake of being like, how bad is this? How laughable is the overacting?
It's Night Trap for Zoomers. That's what it is. It's just such an overreaction. Like, maybe I'm just old, or maybe it's just like everyone who's very loud about it is like, I can't take away the fact that 98% of the female streamers I saw who commented on this went, no, like, this is not it, like shit like that, which I'm not in their shoes, so I can't say it, but it's just like, I just, fuck. It just seems like such an overreaction to me. Like, it's like, here's the thing, like, the people who are saying that this is going to encourage people to be stalkers and shitty mods and stuff like that, like, no, it isn't. Like, it's almost...
Well, that's the same argument of if you play Call of Duty, it makes you want to shoot up.
That's what I was about to get to. Like, for years, we've been making the argument that video games don't cause violence. So if you're going to still be making that argument, then you can look at a dumb game like this and go, you can't say video games is going to cause stalkery rapers. Like, you can't have one without the other in my mind. Like, it's either video games are a pure escapist fantasy and, you know, dumb shit, or video games are completely problematic and, you know, we have to play Barney's speak and spell the entire time. Like, there's no goddamn in between.
Yeah, and what you just said, the whole thing. If it's a female streamer who went through this and is like, okay,
And my heart's
what the
out to you.
fuck?
Like, for fuck's sake. Like, no. Like,
No,
I don't, like,
that I'm
people
cool with,
people
yeah.
like to say, like, oh, well, if you put yourself out there, you should expect it. Like, no. It doesn't matter what even fucking strippers should not expect to be stalked. Like, even if they're selling
No.
the idea of sex. Like, no one deserves, for whatever work they do, to be stalked and shit like that. Like, no. You don't deserve that crap.
Which, if that was what I saw, if I saw the majority of it was just comments coming from them, it wouldn't have even blipped on my radar. But as I said, the majority of it was male, some streamers, some not streamers, some doing whatever, who won't have a fucking iota. But as I said, they're just trying to plant their fucking flagpole and say, "Look at me, I'm this person that does this." It's a bad look.
Oh, yeah. There were so many good boys and so many simps, like, commenting on their favorite girl streamers, being like, "Oh, this is completely disgusting. I hope they blah 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 blah." Like, it's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
That's my point. Like, and that's really where it just got to me. So sorry,
all
I
screamed
definitely
phony.
rambled on for a while.
It screamed phony outrage. We actually cut a lot of topics before this episode, knowing we were going to talk about this for a while. So
Yeah. So just we have a small, and we appreciate our audience, but good God, if you listen to this and you're outraged by something, you better be legit outraged. Don't do it to earn social points. Don't do it to just show the world that you're this or that. Like, if you're truly, truly in your core outrage, fine. But a lot of you motherfuckers that were writing about this are not, and you could care less, and you're going to try and make money off of it. So stop with the phony shit, dude. Just fucking grow up.
yeah, and look, if the game comes out and every storyline turns out with, like, the boyfriend or the fucking mod going crazy and stalking and killing the girl, then of course disavow. It's a terrible game no matter what. It's even worse than we thought it was. But I can't believe it's going to be like this. And, like, the people who are saying it's going to empower the stalkers, like, no, it's fucking not. Like, no one's going to play this game and be like, "Oh my god, they're right, I can do this." Like, no one's going to fucking say that.
People, they just want to use whatever they
If
can.
you're a shithead, you're a shithead. You were going to be doing it anyway. Like fucking Gamer Girl on the PS3
Yeah.
store. It's not going to be the thing that's going to make you do it. For fuck's sake.
Yeah. So, we want to see what your comments are below, guys. I mean, most people follow us. We've seen comments, what you've had. You've seen Jim and I comment on this. But I want to hear it below in YouTube or wherever you're listening to. So, let us know below. And if you didn't already, like I said, check out the trailer. Think for yourself. Tell us what you think. Like I said, I think there's a lot we don't know. We don't know truly, is the moderator, is the intent to be this creepy dude? Or are you helping her against a creepy dude? Like, whatever the case is, let's find out.